Hi everyone, this is Francesca Conti. I'm a sociologist and counselor based in Rome, and I would like to talk to you about resilience and share with you some strategies to cope with this coronavirus emergency and the lockdown. So, there are a few considerations that I would like to share with you first. I would like to talk to you about the application of this idea of resilience to the human experience. Now, as many of you probably know already, resilience was not a term created to really account for the variety of the human experience. There is not a recipe that will work for everyone, and there is not really a consensus on how to measure it or what it is exactly. I tend to think of it more as a kind of metaphor for the ability of every human beings to overcome moments of difficulties and adversity. And so we are all resilient and we all have the ability to deal with stress and with anxieties and even to build our life uh, in a different way if we need to. So, and I know that these are very stressful times and that many people are struggling with their fears and their they're probably thinking and worrying a lot about their future and their health and what's going to happen to them and so on. And I think, this is my second point, that worrying, it really does not help. It does not help because when we worry about everything that could possibly go wrong to us, and when we imagine um, this kind of worst case scenario, and we're not actually preparing to cope with, particularly um, difficult circumstances, worrying about what can happen to us is does not prepare us at all to deal with adversity. What it does is just it takes away a lot of our energy, a lot of energy that we can use to do other things. Now the world outside might feel very chaotic, and this sufferance that some people are going through because they are losing their loved ones, because their health threat and so on, doesn't necessarily need to become ours as well. It's true that we can feel the sufferance of others and being bombarded every day with information about the number of people dying and the number of people in hospital. Certainly doesn't help to keep our mind at peace, but we should really try to establish some boundaries. We should really try to distinguish between what is our life and what it's happening out there. Maybe our life is not all so bad right now. Maybe there are things that we can enjoy, and we should really try. We shouldn't feel guilty for trying to enjoy the time that we spend at home, or to try to get distracted and to take our mind off things. It's very important that we all cultivate positive feelings, and that we all try to manage our own households, our own life in the best way possible. So if you feel that your friends are too involved into kind of criticizing the government, the measures taken, social distancing, or the economic situation, and you're not so interested in it, you can remove yourself from that kind of conversation. You're not forced to engage in conversation that you don't want to and that are not of interest to you, because after all, we all have our jobs and role to play in the world, and not all of us are very great epidemiologists or economists, and it's not our job perhaps to think about solution right now. We can think about ourselves and what we can do to feel better every day, and perhaps start thinking about ways in which we can help others around us. And so this is my introduction to some of the themes that I wanted to talk to you about, and I will, continue, in the following videos with giving you some tips about how to build your resilience and deal with stress. If you have any suggestion, please leave me some comments and I'll try to answer your questions and address some of the points that you want to raise. Bye for now and enjoy your time as much as possible. Bye.